Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And I am here with Lori La Bey, the host and CEO of Alzheimer Speaks, the podcast that you can also reach on Answers for Elders, as well as alzheimerspeaks.com. And Lori and I were talking about how to honor that person that is caring for someone during the holidays and how to deal with the whole holiday thing. What do you do? How do you value that person? And I just shared a story last segment about the Joy Patrol. And Lori, I'm going to ask you, do you have any stories?
You know, there's a lot of different stories out there from so many different angles, from, people sending flowers or cards, just doing things on a regular basis. Because instead of getting a bill in the mail, you get something sweet or funny that just kind of lifts you up. There are some actual caregiver cards out there that talk to them specifically. And I don't know who makes them, but I bought some at one time and I've sent them all out and I should have written down. But they were just kind of hilarious or real heartwarming cards, just about what you're doing and how you appreciate that, which I thought was really, really special. I also loved, like spa days and things like that with friends, or going out for coffee. Just a simple thing that does not cost much and is something that a lot of times we buy and we're driving around, but actually kind of making a date to just get together and be able to reminisce and to be able to breathe. I think, like you said earlier, it's about getting away from the chores and that feeling exhausted of, oh my gosh, I have so much to do.
Absolutely.
And, I don't think it always has to be, like I said in our last session, big and fancy and flashy.
No.
I think, bringing intergenerations into it too can just be a blast. So when families get together and you get the little babies to the little kids to the teenagers, and everyone is doing things kind of from a different angle, but yet you're all there. And the kids so often are, maybe recording things. So you have those memories to be able to last, I think is important. And, telling jokes, favorite jokes, I think is always, to me, that's just one of those things that kind of kicks off, the laughter, and sometimes it's old time silly jokes, or sometimes it's the little kids, coming forward with theirs. There's just, I don't know, there's just so much that people can do to appreciate it. It could be somebody coming over and saying, maybe one set of friends is going to take them out and the other one's going to clean the house, and just be a surprise when they come back. But again, you have to know your person into doing something like that. Going to movies, going for walks. It's just, I think one of the funniest times we had was going to a movie, and it wasn't just for me, it was for my mom too.
I'd take my mom too. She loved it.
But my mom reacted to the movie, and she got up and actually stood out of her chair and started protesting.
Oh.
And yet we did that on a regular basis.
Sure.
Because she just enjoyed it, and it created a special memory for not only our family, but for the whole audience. And it was just special to see her kind of come in live and just be able to enjoy. And that made, I think, everybody feel better in terms of how we care and how we can do it together and still be dignified and have fun. And I think sometimes people don't feel laughing or having fun is dignified, or that there's time for that. And I think it's critical that we make time for that.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is, for those of you, if you have a loved one or a friend that is preparing for the holiday season, just keep them in mind. Know in your mind, be mindful that their load is much higher than the average individual out there. And if there's anything that you can think of, even if it's, let me come over and help you wrap presents and I'll bring a bottle of wine. Or maybe it's, I'm going to bring some food from your favorite Chinese restaurant and we're going to sit and have Chinese food and just relax, have a good connection. I think a lot of times we forget those things, right?
Yep. Or buy a blow up decoration for the front yard.
Perfect.
With a clicker for them to operate it. And then every night they can just pop that open. And
I love it. So everyone, Lori and I, we're going to be right back right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.